Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel. Or if you're new here, welcome. My name is Mary Chris, and for today's video, I would like for us to discuss the Philippines' obsession with skin whitening and the adoration of lightness. So let's get started. I would like to start with my history, I guess, and how this thought started really creeping into my consciousness. So when we were, of course, I was born and raised. Let's start from there. I was born and raised in the Philippines, and I came to Toronto when I was 17, turning 18. And at that time, these kinds of thoughts did not even cross my mind. When I was a young child in the Philippines, I would look at my underarms and I'm like, oh my gosh, they're dark. I need to lighten them. My skin is dark. I need to buy soaps to lighten them. But I grew tired of doing it, and I didn't really even want to pursue it any longer. But I noticed that in our society, if you're light skinned, when I was in the Philippines, you are definitely more regarded as beautiful. And so that, I didn't analyze it. Oh, why is this? I just was like, you just accept it because that's where you grew up. When I came to Toronto, I was so surprised that a person like me who was not deemed beautiful or attractive was found attractive. I'm like, oh my gosh, I guess, I'm decent looking enough. But further along, I didn't really just think about that anymore up until when I went back home with my children. And my children are, of course, they have one father, but they're half Caucasian. Um, my husband is half German and I believe half English, but that doesn't matter. He's white, okay? My kids are half Filipino, half white. And both of my kids are white passing. And so when we were in the Philippines, I definitely saw that they did, get special treatment. And, I was like, okay, whatever, we're new here. I guess that's what it is. It's fine. And I always get the comments too where, oh my gosh, your daughter, she's so beautiful. She can be Miss Universe. I'm like, okay, thanks. But, my daughter does not desire that. But yeah, thanks, I guess, for the compliment. And the more I explored Philippines and Manila and Philippines in general, every advertisement I saw was predominantly of light skin tone. I mean, not predominantly, all of them. Anyone that I saw in the media that is tan or moreno is either a comedian or a villain. But I couldn't see any moreno models or person who would advertise any celebrities. And there was this, or let me just look it up now since I have a screen recorder. I guess I can do that. I can Google Tabing Ilog cast. And let's just see their old photos. Yeah, like Kay Abad. Like, I remember her, and even Jody Santa Maria, they were all Moreno before. Let me just see if I can find old pictures of them. Yeah, like Kea Bad was Moreno, like if you guys can see in that picture. I don't know if I can make it bigger. I guess not. Okay, that's fine. Let's go back. But let's just see. Let me see. Kea Bad. Guys, first of all, please be patient with me. It's my first time using a screen recording and just recording my voice. So let's just be patient with me, please. Okay, because I remember she was, ooh, wow, I don't want to do that. Oops. I don't want to. Yeah, because she was Moreno before. And even my cousin and I were talking about it, how she was Moreno before. If you looked at her Tabing Ilog pictures, and when I came and see her, well, I didn't see her on purpose. When I came back home and was looking at her, I don't know who Kate about it. See, like, she is Morena here, and now, like, if you look at these, she's like light skin. So, anyways, that's just another point I would like to say is that why did she need to do that? She was already beautiful in her own skin. And I would just like to say, before anything, that I'm not saying that light skin is not beautiful or being light skin Filipino means you're not Filipino. That's not what I'm saying at all. I just feel like we need representation, positive representations, not just comedians of Morenos in the Philippines. So before I get ahead of myself, as I usually do, let's just go back because I want to give you guys a history. And so there's this channel, Chrissy, which you will see here in the screen, and I really like her channel. She talks about a lot about dark skin empowerment and colorism. Sorry, what I meant to say is she discusses dark skin empowerment and colorism and many other things. You should definitely check her out. I learn so much from her, and yeah, you should definitely check her out. So while I was watching her videos, I was thinking, hey, if there's colorism in the Black community, there's definitely colorism in the Filipino community, 100%. And so I just start, trying to be introspective and really look within myself, like, have I done this? And that's when I start recalling all those memories when I was a kid, when I used to try to lighten my skin. And after giving birth, by the way, my underarm has darkened, and that usually happens, and I was very insecure about that. And so I just wanted to see, like, now, of course, now I don't care anymore, honestly. But I just wanted to think, like, okay, is it just me? So I was doing research. I saw this documentary that basically said that Philippines is, obsessed with skin whitening. And not just Philippines, by the way, Asia in general. But of course, I'm going to focus on Philippines because I'm Filipino, and that's where my lived experience comes from. So obviously, that's where I'm going to have more stories. And so when we were in the Philippines, yes, everyone was either light skin. And you know what's so peculiar? You know what's so peculiar is when an advertisement is being advertised by a half white and half Filipino. Like, why are you advertising skin lightening? You're already light skin. So, and then further along, I found that glutathione, which is a natural antioxidant, is now being injected intravenously. And I was just in shock. Oh, okay, what's going on? What is going on? Why cannot we just love the skin we're in? And that's why I have this series on my YouTube channel called Brown Skin, White Minds. Please join me in that series of reading that book. Please, please, please. I will definitely continue that series. Maybe I'll do a podcast out with that series. I'm not sure. I think that's a good idea. Excuse me. So, and also when I went to the Philippines, there were lots and lots of aisles of skin whitening products. It was aisles. It's like, whoa, whoa, whoa. Like, why do you need this? And the thing is with the skin lightening, they don't have proper advertisements. Like, at least advertise them and say, hey, you need to use sunscreen. Like, if you're going to lighten your skin, you need to use sunscreen. Every 2 hours, it has to be reapplied. And so imagine the damage that it costs. It's the same thing here. In Canada, tanning beds are popular. I don't think they're as popular now because people are just becoming more aware that the sun, what kind of damage the sun has or affects us. So I'm pretty sure it's not as popular because I don't see as many people who go to tanning salons. I don't know. I might be wrong, but being tan is popular and staying out in the sun is very unsafe. And so, or staying out too long without sun protection is not safe. So I'm just so surprised that even the sunscreen would have skin lightening. Toners, everything would have skin lightening as something that they would highlight. Another thing in my notes, oh yes, please, these articles that I have on here, please take a look. I'm gonna link it in the description below, but please read them. They're so amazing. This article in particular, Filipino History Month, Combating Double Erasure as an Educator, he discusses how, there was a double erasure in the Philippines where we were colonized by the Spaniards for 300 years, and now, and then after that were the Americans. So definitely read this. Let me see if I can find the one that. So what does it mean to be a Philippine ex-American in an era where the motherland is ruled by dictator Duterte and your new homeland US has no formal agenda to empower your community? I just want to see. Okay, here. We are a story of double erasure caused by more than 300 years of Spanish colonization from the 1500s to the late 1800s. This transitioned into another form of erasure entrenched by white supremacy and being denied legal naturalization until the mid 1900s in the eyes of our white so-called saviors. I said that so called. We were still classified as subhuman, as half devil and half child, as a white man's burden, according to the famous journalist and racist Rudyard Kipling. Can you believe that? Can you believe that? That's what they thought of us? Okay. And if you go look into my brown skin, white minds, you will know that Filipinos, the indigenous peoples of the Philippines, were already literate and were already making great ships way before the Spaniards came there. So that's why that statement of us being half devil and half child and a burden, a white man's burden, is simply ridiculous. And this is another one which was so appalling to me, of this ad of this FHM. Actress Bella Padilla on controversial cover of HM. Writer Katrina Stewart Santiago denounced it as a display of white supremacist ideology at its most vicious because it's shameless. It is a display of whiteness against blackness that is sold to us as a fact, that the white woman can only emerge as her true self from the big shadows created by the black girls. So I will link all this down below. And this one, white skin comes with a price about glutathione, and it has its, side effects of course, and yeah, it's just really alarming to me, to say the least. And one of the things I was thinking about too, which was in one of these articles, I can't find it now, but where they basically said that, is it because Filipino are one of the reasons Filipinos are obsessed with light skin? Of course, because the we were colonized by Spain, and Europeans were light skinned, and being light skinned is, a sign of a social status, because if you're dark, that means you've been out in the sun, and if you're light, you've been staying home. And so is that one of the things? And one of the interesting things that this author pointed out is that it's so true. In our churches in the Philippines, we have a lot of the statues are Santo Niños, are Mother Mary, Jesus. They all look Caucasian. So we're literally and figuratively, praising whiteness, because the image of God, or the image of holiness, is basically white. So what do you guys think of that, of what she said? And I think that makes it's really interesting. And one thing too that amazes me is that, why is it that there's a lot more, I don't want to say a lot more, but there's definitely more half white, half Filipinos that are actors now in the Philippines? Do you guys think that that's the new standard of beauty now, is you need to have a little bit of, a whiteness in you in order to be considered beautiful? And I'm just going to show you guys, okay, before I go, because it's already been 20 minutes. I don't want this to be too long, but I will Google beautiful Filipina. Let me see. Let's go on images. There are definitely, at least we have one morena, good, but also I want to say, yeah, one morena, very good. But have you guys noticed that almost all of them are, I don't know why this is here, but morena, okay, but almost all of them are light skinned. Let me see, 10 most beautiful Filipina. Let's see who they think are the most beautiful. But do you guys see that even when you Google it, Bea Alonso, the last time when I was in the Philippines, she wasn't this light skinned. Okay, so at least she's morena. Yeah, a little bit. But yeah, look at them. And same thing with Sarah Geronimo or Geronimo. Sarah Geronimo? Sarah Geronimo? I'm sorry if I'm butchering her name. But yeah, I think it's Geronimo. Yeah, because it's Spanish. So usually it's silent G. But anyways, like look, Marian Rivera. Like they're all light skin. Not all, but here's what. How many morena in all in this? She's still, I would still consider her. She's a little bit medium. Okay, let's say two. 1, 2. It's like, wow. Like, Filipinos are predominantly tan. Why don't we have beautiful moreno and morena? See, look at this. Like, how many? Okay, she's moreno, so that's good. But let's see, beautiful male actor. Let's see. I just want to see. Like, see, light skin, one moreno. I don't know why he's not Filipino. I don't know why. I guess he's moreno, but yeah, they're predominantly light skin, but no one's like really dark. There's a lot of dark Filipinos. A lot. And I feel like there's not enough representation and that there's this elevation of half white, half Filipinos. That's what I've noticed. That's just my observation. And this is my very first try of doing this, and it's very exciting for me because I've never done this before. But yeah, so those are my observation. I feel like I missed so many points, but if I did, I'll make a part 2, I guess. I don't know. But I hope you guys enjoy this. Please join me in the conversation. What do you think? Do you think that the Filipinos have an unhealthy relationship with lighter skin? Because majority of Filipinos are morena. Anyways, guys, if you like this video, of course, go ahead and subscribe and hit that notification bell to see more videos like this. Comment as well. Of course, please let me know what you think, your thoughts, and if you disagree with me, definitely let me know. So yeah, I guess I will see you in my next video. If I forget anything, I will definitely do a part 2 because I feel like I forget certain points, but I'm just so nervous that I can't even think of it right now. But I just want to close with this. We need to show our Filipino, our brown, beautiful brown Filipino boys and girls. We need to show them that the standard of beauty is diverse and that we should have representation of them, not just as a comedian role, but as someone that can be a lead actor and actress as well. Because I haven't seen one. Please correct me if I'm wrong. Okay? Anyways, guys, that's about it. For real, I will see you in my next video. Bye, guys!